Every time you walk into a grocery store, you probably think you're there to grab a few things. Bread, eggs, maybe some milk. But the truth is, the store has already won. Before you even take your first step inside, a billion-dollar psychological battlefield has been designed to trap you. And it works frighteningly well. Let's start with the most obvious scam that nobody ever questions. Why is the milk always in the back? Milk is the second most commonly bought item in a grocery store after bread. So why would they put it as far from the entrance as possible? Because they know you'll have to pass through 10 aisles of temptations first. You came for milk, but you're leaving with chips, cookies, and a new flavor of hummus you didn't even know existed. It's not bad store design, it's genius warfare. And it works. The average grocery trip in the US was supposed to be $50, but by the time people leave, it's closer to $70. That's a 40% increase every single trip. Multiply that by 63 million households going weekly, and you're looking at billions of dollars in, oops, I didn't need that revenue. This is not random. It's carefully engineered. Now let's talk about the entrance. The first thing you see when you walk in isn't the canned beans or cleaning supplies. It's fresh flowers, brightly lit produce, and colorful fruit stacked like a Renaissance painting. It's fake freshness. A psychological trick called priming. You're hit with the idea that this place is healthy, vibrant, alive. It makes you feel good. You haven't even picked up a cart yet, and your brain is already associating the store with abundance and wellness. It's the grocery equivalent of Tinder profile pictures taken in perfect lighting. Sure, that apple pyramid looks amazing, but 2 floors down in the warehouse, there's a sad pile of bruised bananas that didn't make the cut. And while we're here, let's not ignore the music. You think it's random, but it's not. Studies show slow, relaxing music makes you move slower. If you move slower, you shop longer, and the longer you shop, the more money you spend. There was an experiment in a French supermarket where they played French music one day and German music the next. On French music days, French wine outsold German wine by a wide margin. Flip the soundtrack and suddenly Germans were winning. Music literally changes what you buy. That should terrify you. Now the cart. You know how shopping carts have been getting bigger? That's not for your convenience. That's because people buy more when the cart looks empty. In fact, studies show doubling the size of a cart makes people buy about 40% more. So when your cart looks like it's barely filled, the store isn't being helpful. They're making you feel guilty for not buying enough. It's not you're running low, it's your cart looks sad. They've turned an empty metal basket into a guilt trip. And then there's the shelf psychology. You've probably heard this. Eye-level products sell more. But it's way more sinister than that. The brands pay for that spot. It's called a slotting fee, and in the US, it's estimated to be a $9 billion industry. That's right, your favorite cereal didn't magically end up right where your eyes land. It bought its way there. The lower shelves? That's where they put the kids' cereals with cartoon mascots. Why? Because kids see them at their eye level, start begging, and parents cave. That's not just clever placement, that's weaponized whining. And then there's the bakery section. You know that smell of fresh bread that makes you suddenly crave carbs? It's not an accident. Some stores literally pump the smell into the air through the vents. You didn't plan on buying cookies, but now your body thinks it's starving because of an artificially engineered aroma. You're not hungry, you're being manipulated by a bread-scented conspiracy. Even the layout is a trap. Essentials like bread, milk, and eggs are always spread out far apart. To get all three, you need to tour the entire store. And those big wide aisles, they're designed so you feel comfortable enough to wander. Meanwhile, impulse items, the ones you didn't plan to buy, are always at the checkout line. Candy, magazines, batteries. The stuff you'd never put on your grocery list, but while waiting in line, suddenly looks like a brilliant idea. Grocery stores make up to 70% of their profits from impulse purchases. 7-0. That last-minute pack of gum is the business model. And here's the darkest part. Grocery stores don't actually make much money on the things you came for. On average, they make less than 1% profit on essentials like milk and bread. Those are loss leaders, products priced so low they barely make money or sometimes even lose it. But those cheap essentials drag you in, and while you're there, you're tricked into buying snacks, soda, or some artisanal olive oil with a 300% markup. The real profits come from the things you didn't need. The trap is sprung. Here's a crazy example. In 2015, Walmart announced they'd be cutting down on junk food displays at checkout to appear more health-conscious. Within months, sales dropped. They quietly reversed the policy, and suddenly profits were back. Turns out, people can't resist candy staring them in the face. Companies know this weakness, and they exploit it. It's not about selling you what you want. It's about selling you what you didn't know you wanted until it was shoved in front of you. Even pricing is psychological warfare. Why does everything end in 99? Because your brain reads $4.99 as $4 and something instead of $5. It's called left-digit bias, and it works so well that even when people know the trick, they still fall for it. Studies prove it. We're all being outsmarted by a single penny. And then there's packaging. Ever noticed how family-size bags don't actually tell you how many people they feed? It's because the label is meaningless. It's just another way to get you to spend more for what's often a worse deal. Or how organic and natural labels don't actually mean the food is healthier. But they make you feel better about your purchase, and that's enough to charge more. The average organic shopper spends about 30% more than non-organic shoppers, even though the margins for stores are massive. That's not health, that's marketing in a green font. And don't even get me started on lighting. Notice how produce is always under bright, warm lights that make fruits look shinier and fresher, or how misters spray water on lettuce not to keep it fresh, but to make it glisten. Fun fact, that water actually makes produce rot faster, but it looks Instagram-worthy, so you buy it. You're literally paying more for food that was made to look better while actually dying faster. The end result of all these tricks is that the average household spends hundreds more a year than they plan to. And the grocery industry, globally, is worth over $12 trillion. Trillion. With a T, a big chunk of that is not people buying what they need. It's people being nudged, primed, and manipulated into falling for the trap. And once you know all this, here's the kicker. You still can't escape. Next time you go in for just bread, you'll still leave with a cart full of things you didn't plan on buying. Because these tricks don't just work once. They're built into human psychology, and the grocery store knows you better than you know yourself. So the next time you're standing in line with $90 worth of groceries when you only plan to spend $30, don't feel bad. It wasn't your fault. It was never your choice. You walked into a carefully planned trap, and the trap always wins.